Welcome along, one and all. This is us trying to do Facebook Live. I used to do these all the time, absolutely all the time. But of course, I've been doing YouTube videos live since then and videos, and so it's a different setup. So poor old Mr. F, they've changed everything on him, and he's not sure what's going on, and neither am I.
Jania says she can see you.
All right, okay.
Nancy says she's there. Bernice.
Well, where exactly?
No, it's not on mine.
Not on mine either. Anyway, let me carry on. I'm kind of stuck now to mini albums, and I will be until I just work it out in my system and I get back to junk journaling. But this mini album is using some paper that I have had for. Well, I'm just reading here. It says copyright 2009. So I've had it a while, but I did check before I came on to make sure that it was still available in case you wanted to do one the same. And it is. In Europe, the only place I could find it was craftelier.com. Just be warned when you go there. You're not going to get out alive. And in the US, I think it's on eBay, perhaps, but you could have a mooch around. It is a beautiful pad, we'll say that. And before we start, I think we'll just have a flick through it so you can have a look. There's lots of, even the cover is gorgeous. I'm not sure that the camera's picking it up, but there's these squares here, and around them is glitter, and they're really beautiful. So we have these butterflies, and the centres, the bodies are foiled, and then this, which is all foiled around it, and there's two of each design. This, how beautiful is this page? And it's all really glittery. It's beautiful. I think there's probably more than one mini journal's worth in here that I've already had a go at. This, really lovely, beautiful red colour. This isn't foiled, but it's really a really useful background paper, I think. And this, which fits in nicely with everything, not foiled. This isn't foiled, but look at that. It's a beautiful page. I love this, but then again, I would. It's green. It's just gorgeous. And then this page, which really is a background page, but it's all foiled. They're lovely papers in here. What can I say? Really, really nice. There's two of those, and there's this black one, which is also foiled. Oh, and then this one. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So shimmery and sparkly. I love it. That one, no glitter on that one. Then this one, which I think is probably my favouriteest, my favourite. It's shimmery and butterfly. Jania, maybe you can help out. I believe that Mariposa means butterfly. I'm sure you can help us out, please, if you can. Then this orange page, which I really like. I like that pop of really bright colour. Then this page, it's covered in butterflies and covered in glitter. It's fabulous. I love it. Two of those. And then this one. Oh, look at that. You can see it. It's phenomenal. This one, no glitter, but look at the colour. This one, they're really useful. They're just gorgeous things. I might find myself buying another one of these, actually. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I might. Because they're just so delectable. So totally delectable. That's the black one we've already seen. That's a lovely background page, isn't it? Then that one. And the little bodies are glittered. Then they're a nice thickness as well. And then that's, I thought that was the back page, but it's not. That's the same as that black one we looked at, but it's in this lovely burgundy colour. So there's plenty of colours to pick out. That. And then the bird cages at the back. And look at them. So this is an absolutely stunning paper pad. It really, really is. I don't know how I've left it in one piece for so long, to be honest with you. But I have, and I'm glad I have, because now is a good time to be using it. So, oh, the other thing that I got to go with it was 3 sheets of card, which I bought from Hobbycraft. One of them is this goldy. It's not a brash gold, it's quite a satiny, softer gold. I got this green, because why would I not? That's just plain card. And I got this beigey sort of champagne.
We're streaming on Fiona Mitchell Stanyard
Ah,
because you can't stream from a group, can you? This is why we all went over to YouTube.
Right. So I'm streaming on my own page?
Yes.
Right, okay.
But I'll go to the group and put that on that
Yeah.
you stream on your own page.
Yeah.
Because it's you streaming, not the group. You can't stream as a group.
As a group, all right. And then this one that's a kind of a champagne colour, I suppose. I just got it because I thought it'd be a nice neutral, and it's got that sparkle to it, so I thought it would go. So that's that. I've already cut a bit off then. I've die cut some butterflies out of that. So that's it. That's, oh yeah, and the other thing is a pack of A4 black, well, cardy, papery stuff. I don't know, I think it's about 180. So it's not that thick, but it's not paper either. And I'm using A4 because I find I get less scraps that I can't do anything with. So this is the page that we are going to make. All the measurements for it are in the Miss Paint-A-Lot Junk Journal group. I've put, for this page, I've put all the measurements down. And what it is a flap, like so. A flap, like so. Another flap, and then a flap on this side. So yeah, it seems fairly complex, but it's not, because it's just, they're all straight. And we'll go ahead and decorate it as well when we've finished it. I've no idea how long it's going to take. A while. But if you follow the cutting measurements on the group, you will see that there are, there's one called base page, and there are 2 measurements for it. One is 9 inches this way by 8, and the other is 8 by 8 square. And what it says to do is to score 1/2 inch on each side of the 9-inch one. So this is the 9-inch one. I've scored it half, and I've scored 1/2 inch in, and then I've creased them over, burnished them down, and I've put some double-sided on there. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach this piece to this piece, and there's no difference in the sides of this. The black is the same both ways. So I've just written base page on there, and I'm going to unpick this and put some glue on. Now, it might seem a bit sort of frivolous to you to be using double-sided and glue, but truth be told, I think in warmer sort of conditions, warmer climates, I can't guarantee that this double-sided isn't going to dry out. And the other thing is that the glue makes it so much easier to place. If you've just got double-sided, it sticks, and if it's in the wrong place, there's not much you can do about it. But if you put glue on it, it becomes slippery, and then you can burnish it down so the double-sided comes into play as well. So we're using both belt and braces. That's what we're doing. So I'm going to take that whole piece off. Let's get my little rubbish bin so I can put my rubbishy bits in. Now this is 8 by 8 square, so it shouldn't really matter at all which side we attach this to. So I'm using my Collall, but any wet glue that you have that you're confident in, that's fine. It doesn't have to be Collall. Aleene's, anything that you're happy with. So just put a bit along there. And I'm going to add this to the very bottom of that piece of 8 by 8, squaring it up as good as you possibly can. So I'm just going to take my Timmy towel and just run along there in case there's any excess. Then I'm going to stand them up so they're both on the table, and I'm going to push them down so they're square against that table. Then I'm going to take my Timmy towel in earnest and just wipe that down there. And just in case there's any in there, I'm just going to wipe that, give that a gentle burnish down. Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you can read the comments now.
I think so, yeah. Oh, great. So who do we have then? Shaz. Hiya, Shaz. I've got one of those swan neck iPad holders, and I tell you. Hi, Shaz. I was looking on the junk journal group. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I didn't know. Janya's already located the paper pad on Amazon. I didn't know that you couldn't do a live from a group, so I'm sorry. But we're all here, hopefully. Sarah, yeah, found you. Thanks, Sarah, for being so persistent. Bernice, double-sided and glue has saved me a few times. It's a great idea. Gives you a few seconds to get things perfectly lined up. You're dead right there, Bernice. Kyung, I am super new to double-sided. Well, you can get yourself in the right pickle with it, I can tell you, Kyung. And using it with glue just softens the blow a bit. You know, it gives you some fiddle factor. Justin Stanyard, who he? I forgot how much of a pain Facebook Lives are. Ah, well, now you know. Janya, me too, Kyung. Yeah, double-sided. You don't have to use it. If you're really happy that your glue is going to stick, come what may, you don't have to use double-sided. It's just an added expense. It's not, you know, I'm using it. It's just the best of both worlds. And then I know that perhaps if I want to sell this, I know I can sell it and it's going to be fine. So hopefully. That's so weird. It gives you the option. Because it gives you the option. Nancy, hello, fancy Nancy. Hello, Will, are you listening? Sent a message and a screenshot from the page. Thanks, Nancy. It's really helpful. We're all over here, apparently. Roz, it's a lovely surprise seeing you all today. Oh, thanks, Roz. I really love it for ribbon. Yeah, for ribbon, it's brilliant because double-sided that is. Because if you use even Fabri-Tac, any of them, and you smooth it out to be really thin and whatever, then you stick your ribbon on and it comes through and it looks ghastly, I think, anyway. So, anyway, let's carry on. We're doing the other side. And hopefully if I've cut these accurately, you should be able to cut accurately with all the blinking cutting tools I've got, but you never know, do you? So I'm just going over the tape, make sure there's some on the tape and right on the crease, because you can always mop it up with your Timmy towel if you've got too much. You don't need masses. Right, so this folds down here and just hang on to it because you don't want it ballooning up. Just press in that with your finger and drop that down into there. Now I can already see that's not perfectly square. So I'm going to square that up as best I can. Just as best as I can. Well, I don't think that's exactly perfect, but it's certainly not far off. I've just got a sort of extra piece there which I'm not happy with, so I'm going to cut it off. All the ones that I did this morning, of course, worked perfectly and I didn't have any additional pieces, but that's the way of the world. Right, okay, so there we have it, base page. Now then, as odd as it seems, this is the side. The open sides are the side of the page, and it will go on to a hinge in the book that sticks up, and not as much as this, about 3/4 of an inch, and it will go over and get glued on, so it'll flip like that in the book. So make sure, and it's always worthwhile, I've written on this base page, but it's always worthwhile putting an arrow to the top, because it's so easy, especially with a square one, to get it sideways on. Then you build your page up and oh no, there's nothing you can do. So what I thought got to say, hello Noelle, I thought you should be in your bed. It's far too late, but it's really nice to see you. I appreciate you won't be able to stay all the time. It's nice to see you. And hi Cheryl, not often we get to see you. Nice to see you too. So the first thing that happens is, because we sort of build this backwards, is 2 magnets need to go in, but I also need to stick this right hand flap in and the first left hand flap. So if you've cut them out according to the measurements on the Miss Paint A Lot's Junk Journal group, you will have this, which is the first left hand flap, which will go there and get stuck down there like that, and there should be a right hand flap, which indeed there is. So the first thing we're going to do is stick those down, stick these 2 down. Don't decorate this page yet, because if you do, when you stick these on, you'll see them at the sides. So if we stick these on first and then put the paper over it, you'll disguise this. Okay, so let's just do that first. And I'm hoping that teeny bit I had to cut off isn't going to affect anything. It shouldn't. I mean, it was a half a whisker. So in case you're wondering, all of the Edith videos that I'm doing for the Edith mini journal stroke junk journal, they will carry on as normal on YouTube. But I wanted to keep them all as videos, so they're fairly sort of straightforward. This one, I just wanted to chat with you, so I'm doing it on Facebook. I wanted it to be more chatty, because I'm always conscious that people on YouTube watch. So I'm just pressing this down flat with the bottom. The bottom is flat with the table. And that should be okay. Let's just fold that out. Get my Timmy towel at work. And just check there's nothing oozing out of there. Let's just check. Yes, that's lovely, that's lovely. There is, honestly, there's the tiniest bit there. I just must have been slightly out with my cutter. But I don't want to see it, so I'm going to cut it off. It's the best thing to do. So that's the first left-hand flip. Yeah, that's on. It looks secure to me. So I'm going to put the right-hand flip on. Measurements, once again, are in my junk journal group. Sorry, I intended this to be on the junk journal group, but you can't live stream to a group or from a group or whatever it is. So
well, maybe you can. It's just Facebook's a pain.
Facebook is a pain when it comes to lives and stuff. It really is. We always found that, didn't we? That's why we went to YouTube. Because, I mean, YouTube is a streaming service, so that's what it's set up to do. YouTube, who knows what it's set up to do. Right, so this is going to go on the right-hand side. And it's the only one that does go on the right-hand side. So line it up there perfectly with the side. And press it down. That's lovely. That looks a much better fit. And I'm just going to do that so I'll absorb any glue at the same time as pressing it down. and that as well. There we go. So there we are. We've got our first left hand flip in and our second left hand, first right hand flip. Left hand flip, right hand flip. Come on, Fiona, get a grip. That'll be the day, won't it? Oh, that's good. Jania, was I right? Does Mariposa mean butterfly? Can you tell me? Because I don't know. Right, so what we need to do now is work out. Let's go back to the one that I've already made. So this is the flip we've just put on, this one, and this one. Now I need some magnets because that's flipping over, that's flipping over, that's flipping over, and that's flipping over. So I'm going to need something to hold everything down. Otherwise it's going to be a flipping mess. I've been waiting all day to say that. So on the one that I've already mocked up, I've sort of guessed where I want the magnets to go. Now let's talk to you about magnets. Because they are the same diameter and the same thickness does not mean that they all have the same pull strength.
Janet says yes, it means butterfly.
Yay! Thank you. Thanks for that, Jenny.
Will says hi.
Hi, Will.
Feels like he's gained 2 friends.
Well, you have. You have, and we've gained 2 friends in you. It's fantastic. Never even met you, but it's great. I hope you're having a good day, Will. I'm guessing it's quite early in the morning. However, yeah, magnets, that's what I was going to talk to you about. So, are they the same? No. Right. So, they formed an attachment. Right, these ones are 12mm diameter and 1mm thick. Now that means as much to me as it does to you. I don't work in millimetres. When I went to school, everything was inches, and it still is inches in my head. But 12mm, you know, that seems to be a standard sort of size for magnets. And 1mm thick, that means they're really thin. And so when you come to put paper or whatever over them, you don't get an unsightly bulge. But the interesting part is this, and it says 0.6 kilograms pull. And this one says 0.73 kilograms pull, which means that the 0.73 are stronger magnets than the 0.6. So they are more expensive as well. I mean, not massively so. So I think from now on, what I'll do is go for the 0.73 kilogram pull ones, there or thereabouts, because I don't know if it's gone out yet, but in one of the Edith videos that I did, I've really had trouble getting magnets to stick and had to double them up and all sorts of things. So I'm going to stick with the 0.73 ones. And hopefully they will be strong enough for all my pulling requirements. Right. They're in a sort of child-proof box. And there they go. Right, so I want...
Obviously not idiot-proof.
It's cheeky bugger. So I want a magnet there-ish to hold this one down. And I want a magnet there-ish, so this magnet here should also, no it won't hold that down, but this one, let me just think about this. I need to move this magnet to about there, right, and that way then it should, oh bless me, excuse me. Yeah, it's always a question where to put your magnets. You're sort of working backwards, really. Right.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Leanne's got 2.
Goodness me, now I've started to cough. Could you pass me a drink, please, before I just croak completely?
Like a frog.
Like a frog. Well, no, not so much like a frog, more like a dead person, I was thinking, actually. Just... Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I am well blessed. Right, let's think about this. So I want one there that will catch this one down. But in an ideal world, actually, I wanted that to go down first. So right, and then the next one will be to catch that. Okay, so let's do this one first. So I do want a magnet about there. Oh yeah, of course, that's the one that we've already done. Don't be so silly, this is the one we're working on. So I think I want a magnet sort of halfway and about 3/4 of an inch in, so about there. And when we'll see where that ends up when we use the tape and put it down. So I'm just cutting off a little bit of double-sided. And I'm going to take one magnet, and getting one magnet off is, when you've got a whole pile of them, it's easier said than done, but never mind. There's one magnet down there, and that's far enough in from the side to get the paper to stick down. You don't want to put it right on the edge, otherwise you'll get a bump of paper and you can't get the edge stuck down properly. So bring it in, as I say, about 3/4 of an inch, and stick that down with a double-sided. Then take another piece of tape, of your double-sided tape, take another magnet, yeah, that's only one, just see which way that wants to... Did you say that? Flew off the paper and attached to the scissors. So that's the way it wants to stick. So I'm just going to pull that to the side. Put this double-sided so it's non-sticky side against non-sticky side. You've worked out which way that goes. So pick it up, put it over there. So now we've got the magnet paired up properly and we've got a bit of sticky sided tape there. So I can fold this, that is the base page. I can fold this over onto the back, this is the back page, and press that down, and hopefully the double-sided will stick it like that. So we've got our two magnets placed for that. Right, so what's ideally going to happen is that's going to come over there, that's going to come there, and they're going to stick like that. Perfect. Perfection. So let's go ahead and put the rest of the flap things on. So this is the next one. It's the second left-hand flip, and you've creased it, scored it at 1/2 inch down there, and I've just stuck some double-sided on it, which I'm just going to pick off. Put it in my bin. I mean, I've always, with regards to junk journals, the bit that I've always enjoyed the most is the construction part. I've always got to really think about how I'm going to decorate them. But with this, it's like the best of both worlds. You get to use beautiful printed paper. And I mean, you don't have to, you know, I'm using paper from a paper pad, but you don't have to. It could be a download from Etsy. Nothing stopping you doing that. So I want this about midway, and I am for once eyeballing it, which is not, I know that's not my normal way of going on, but that's what I'm doing. I'm pressing them both down to the table so they're the same, straight down there. Put the lid on the glue. Just flip that out. I'm just going to give it a bit of a go with a Timmy towel first. Burnish it down. fold it in and just make sure there's no seeping glue down there. So once again, as I said at the beginning, these are the sides. These are the sides down here. This is the middle bit, and in time we'll do the back bit, but not today. So this is our third left-hand flip, and it goes there in the middle also. So let's do that. For those of you watching that aren't wondering what I'm talking about, where the measurements are, etc., I have a group and it's called Miss Paint-A-Lot's Junk Journal group, and you will find on there the nicest group of people you will ever come across, honestly. Just kind and gentle and nice. But more pertinently, at the moment, you will find all the measurements for this. So this wants to go into here, and once again, I'm going to put it in the middle. You could put it towards the bottom or the top. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to aim for the middle. Just going to tip it up again, push everything downwards to the table so it's nice and flat along there. Open it up. Oh, that was nice, and then just pushed it off. It's a bit keen there. So I'm just going to try and get rid of any excess glue that there is around. It doesn't really matter because it's all going to be covered with paper, with our lovely decorative papers. So there we are. Right, that's almost the construction apart from the second magnet. So the second magnet needs to keep this and this down. So it probably wants to go on the back of here. You can put it on the front if you want, but you run the risk of getting a sort of unsightly...
Got some hearts and thumbs going.
Oh yeah, hearts, thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Fiona's an artistic engineer. Thanks, Cheryl. I don't know what I am, but you know, she speaks the truth. Greatest Facebook anywhere in this crazy world. Got me through a very tough year. I'm really glad you had us all, and Cheryl. Yeah, fantastic people, amazing people. Right, so that has moved, which is no good. Let's just check that that's absolutely square. Yeah, there we go. If you're just using double-sided, that's the plus side of it. It won't move. You put it down and it won't move, but you've got to be absolutely certain that it's in the right place. So magnets. Yeah, I was saying that you could, if you wanted to, put the magnet on the top, but you run the risk of seeing your paper domed up over it. I can't get these magnets apart. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they might have more pull, but you can't get them apart. There's one. And there's two. Okay. Let me just put these back in the box. Don't think we need them anymore today. So yeah, like I was saying, it needs to hold this little flap, this middle-sized flap, down to the back. So I'm going to put it where I want it on this side first, which is fairly central and 3/4 of an inch in. That I know goes there, rather than guessing where it's going to go on the back. So same trick, double-sided, stick it down.
Do we know what GSM the card is?
180.
Thank you.
I got it from Hobbycraft, and it's A4 as opposed to 12 by 12. So I'm going to take my other piece of double-sided, and I'm going to put down the release tape on top of the release tape. So there's nothing sticking there. They're just, apart from my fingers. Come on. Okay, I'm just going to hang on to this. I'm going to take my second magnet and I'm going to, that's repelling it, so it must go that way. Right, so that goes that way. We know which way it wants to go, so let's just slide that to one side. Put this tape over the other tape. Put the magnet back on where it wants to go. Ah, that's not going to work because I want it on the back. Ooh, I'm going to have to just find a place, the place where it wants to go. Let me just take this tape off. That was incorrect, people. I made a boo-boo. So I've got my magnet on the front flip, fold it over. I want it to go on the back. So I'm just going to have to let it find its own place. I think it's repelling that way, so let's turn it that way. Right, okay. So that's where it wants to go. It's found its own place. So I'm going to take my bit of double-sided, except I want it to be on here. So I'm just going to, no, I need to stick it down first. No. Come on, girl. Come on. You can do it. We can help. It's going to have to be another two-piece job. So I'm just moving that and then just offering that back to where it was. And now, hopefully, I can stick that down. Let's just move this top magnet, stick that down. Right, okay, so sorry about the flap there, but right, so the base page goes in first, then the right hand flip, then this flip, then this flip, and they're all held in by the magnet. You might have to watch that a few times because it's just, I don't know, you have to think backwards or something, I don't know. But anyway, we got there in the end. So we've got this flip, which is held down, this flip, which has got a magnet on it, and that. We're all right. So now we can start decorating. Yay! We can start, the place to start is the base page. And you've got these flaps from these that we stuck in, so they need to be covered. Now I want to leave a margin, but not quite as big a margin as I left with Edith. With Edith, I think I left a good 1/8 of an inch all the way around. With this, I want it to be pretty tight to the edge, but enough so as you can see the black. So I have already been playing and I have got some remnants left. So I'll just see if I've got any remnants that are big enough to use. Of course, it doesn't have to be one whole sheet. I mean, that's big enough. But I want to save that for somewhere like there. You know where you get the best out of this? So I'm going to put that to one side for the time being. Which other big bits have I got? Is that big enough? No, but I could use that there, like that, and put another piece down here, just to add a bit of interest. I could do that. Let's do that. Okay, so I've got this piece here. Is that going to be big enough? Obviously not. Don't be silly. Is there any other long piece? Well, there's this. Oh, would that be big enough all by itself? No, it wouldn't. It's just a little bit too short. So if we put that there, make sure that you're just in a little bit, just a smidge from where that folds. And you can see I'm just literally talking mils here. Well, I'm not even talking that much. And what I'm going to do, rather than measure it, is do this thing that they call fit to measure. Measure to fit. Measure to fit sounds better, doesn't it? So I've got this exactly where I want it on all the sides. I'm just going to make a little pencil mark there, which is where I want to cut it. So I'm going to use my this thing, Fisker's Sure Cut. And I like to use it upside down because then I can see the measurements. If I can see where it is. If I have it the other way, I just can't see where it is. So the pencil line is on here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. So it was on the side I wasn't expecting it to be. So I have now learnt that if I lay this down and the pencil mark is just ever so slightly to the right of this, that it should cut where I want it to. Yes, lovely. Pop that to one side. So that's going to go there. And is it the right size? I believe it jolly well is. Fabulous. So let's get that stuck down then. Without further ado. So this is covering 2 magnets. So don't stick this down unless you've got your 2 magnets on the back page in the right position, because you'll regret it. So make sure that your magnets are in place before you stick this down. I'm sorry if I'm talking to you like you're 3-year-olds, but this is the way I've got to talk to myself because it's still all quite new to me. Right, so I'm just going to pick the backing off the...
You talk to me all the time.
I know. I have to make sure you understand. So I'm going to pick the backing off the double-sided that's holding the magnets, and I'm just going to put some glue just on top of the magnets, just to be sure. Right, so let's get this down. It does have a right way. I'm presuming the bird is flying the right way. Just in ever so slightly, like that. And there we are. So, just in case you haven't been watching the Edith one, take your finger and go round the edge, but push in. So you're pressing it down, but you're sort of forcing in. I'm just going to have to take my cardigan off, guys, because it's just getting ridiculously warm when you're working. So all the way around, on the edge, but pressing in. And that'll stop the glue from smooching out where you don't want it. It's got quite a lot of flips and stuff on this, hasn't it? Right, so there, we've got one piece down. We've made a start. Now, have we got anything else that will go there, that we want to go there, that's in the remnant pile? I've got that, but it's obviously not tall enough. I mean, I could put another little bit in there. I quite like them when they look like that. They look like kind of more interesting than you've just gone and taken a strip of paper and stuck it down.
And you says it's about to get serious. The sweater's come off.
Yeah, you're dead right. You're dead right there. So I could use that. And what else have I got that I could use? I've got that. That might look quite nice. Or, I mean, I've got a whole pad, don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to use up what I've got already in the remnant pile. Is that big enough? No. Is that big enough? No. Okay, so it's that then. Oh, I could use more of that at the bottom. Like that. Just a little bit of that there. Yeah, quite like that. Quite like that. I'm going for that. So, same thing again, butt this right up to here. Don't leave a margin, butt it right up. And just mark with your pencil where you want it to go to. Not where the edge of the paper is, not where the crease is, but where you want this to end. So I just want it in a mill from that hinge. And I don't need to cut it anywhere, mark anywhere else, because it's just going to be as tall as it's going to be. So let's get this cut. Oh, come on, I hate this. That must be it then. I need to find myself something, I don't know, something that marks a bit more clearly. Or maybe make a more clear mark. maybe that's the idea. So that should fit in there. And it does rather nicely. Goodness me, what's going on? Let's stick that down first then before we measure for the next piece. So I always think it's a good idea to use your remnants up and kind of try and use them up as you go, because if you don't, you're going to end up cutting into all sorts of pieces of paper that you probably didn't need to cut into. So you'll have used your whole pad, and I'm just wiping off excess at corners and stuff because it's just going to come whizzing out and I don't want that. This is directional too, it's got butterflies on, so I'm making sure that I get it the right direction, and I'm butting it up to this, like that. And then again I'm just going round it, making the pressure go inwards, like that. I'm just going to press over those two magnets just to make sure they're stuck down properly. Forgot about them before. So yeah, I'm going to use this piece, which goes quite well with the red here. Green goes well with that, so I think we're okay. I think I'm going to use this because it's all one sort of pattern then. So just keeping it straight along there. I want that to come to there, and then budging it tight up to there. I want it to come, where do I want it to come to? I'll mark it on here, it's easier. Okay, let's cut these out then. You will notice that the swapping around of my desk, etc., hasn't happened yet. That's not to say it's not going to happen. I've only got one mark on here, is that right? I don't know. No, I should have two, shouldn't I? Oh yeah, there's the other one. Right, so I'm just putting that where I think is the right place to put it accurately, and then I've got a little mark down here as well. I tell you what, this is a way to spend hours and hours and hours of your life. And what could be better? I can't think of anything better, actually. If I could, I'd let you know. Must be this piece, I think. Miss P goes live scuba diving. Yeah, look at that. That's just great. I'm surprised. Was it Bernice that said I sounded surprised when I got something that looked right? I'm always surprised, Bernice. It's particularly this, because it's not something I've really done before. I think this might be my third or third and a half if you include Edith. So, I'm not, although I've always been cutting and sticking paper, I haven't been doing it quite in this manner. So that's buttered up to there and buttered down to there, and just do the old finger trick. There we are. Now I like that better than if we just used one complete page. It's more interesting, I think, but the choice, of course, is yours. Right, I'm going to leave the inside bits just now while I work out what I'm going to do with them. But I'm going to do this piece next. So let's just pick all these flips up. So what have I got that I can use? Well, I have got that red. Definitely got that. I've got this. And I've got this. I mean, they're all lovely, aren't they? You know what I mean? There's none that you'd go, oh, I'm not using that. Yeah. I quite like that. But if I use that there...
Nancy says Joanne's in America carries the Mariposa.
Oh, thanks for that, Nancy. That's brilliant.
If you use a 20% off coupon.
Oh, the girls will be able to find it, no problem then, hopefully. So yeah, if I use that for that, these two flaps come over the top. So I want something here that's quite in your face, really, is what I'm saying. So where's that bit that I was going to keep? This bit. I think this now might be the time to use this. If I put that there, I mean, that's beautiful. I don't know, can you see all the glitter on it? It's a really lovely piece of paper. It is an illness, isn't it? It's an illness when you go on about paper like this. It's got to be. So I'm marking where I want to cut it. Again, that's over glitter, but I think I'll get the gist of it. I'm sending things flying left and right. So I'm going to cut this down here first, which will leave me a larger and more manageable remnant. So yeah, still got, no, that's the piece I'm using. Still got that piece left, which is all right. That's a good piece to have left. And that piece, that's a bit there, but you know, it'll come in for something. So let's stick, well, let's just make sure we've got this at the right measurement first. Yeah. So you can just see that black margin around it, just. Now if you want to, right from the beginning, you can use black ink, black suit distress ink or something like that, and you can go around the edges of your paper if you want to. I'm going for a sort of cleaner look with this, if you like. I think sometimes ink can mucky things up and make them a bit grungy. There's nothing grungy about this paper. It is beautiful and bright. And I don't want to sort of darken it down at all, really. Somebody's going to ask me soon how many pages are going to be in this album. And I can tell you now, I don't know. I've deliberately not made the cover or the hinge, the spine, because I don't know how far this paper pad's going to go. So I don't know how many pages I'm going to have. I'm guessing it's going to be about 5 or 6, something like that. I don't want to be left with masses of paper either, because what would I do with it? So there we go, I'm just centralising that so it's got that lovely black border all the way around it. Lovely jubbly. I'm just going to take that out from there. Press it down, go around it with your finger trick.
Gilding says the video and audio quality is better on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's better than on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but there's a very, very slight lag.
Ah.
With the sound, maybe.
Oh, right. I'm sorry about that, Keon. I don't know really what I can do about it. So
well,
that...
you could fine tune it. It's just, this is the first time.
Yeah, it's our first time out, really. So there you go. I hope you can see that very beautiful birdie there and the lovely flowers in gold. Beautiful.
It's my first time. You'll just have to be gentle with me.
I'm always gentle with you. I'm gently Bentley. So as I say, I'm going to just leave that for the time being. It might turn out that we put something like that on there, just a place to put a photo or notes or whatever. This is Violet on. I haven't seen her.
No, I haven't.
Ah. Right, so this page is going to go down and then this is going to flip over it. So I need to find something to put on this page that sort of goes in a way. So my remnant pile's getting down a little bit. What did I put on there? That. So I'm left with these choices. Again, it's not quite wide enough. This, which is definitely wide enough, and I think would go really nicely with that. Yep. And that, which isn't wide enough. So I'm going to use this. And I'm going to use a whole piece for the whole flap. So once again, I'm just going to fit it to where I want it to be. Like that. Make a mark there. And then there. So let's cut that and see what happens. Yeah, like I say, you don't have to use this expensive paper pads. But to be honest, by the time you've bought a kit on Etsy and then printed it all out, you know, good paper, best ink, blah, blah, I don't think there's a massive amount of difference. But there might be, you know, I just like the idea of having stuff that's already printed. But then again, some of the kits on Etsy are just so beautiful that it would be a joy to make them. Has everybody seen Violet's journal that she put up on the Facebook group? Oh my goodness. So let's just check that that fits. It could probably have done with being a little bit longer, if I'm honest. Yeah, I don't think I can live with that. I don't think I can, so I'm going to get another page of that and that will come in for something else. I just measured it incorrectly. So many gorgeous papers. I don't know where that one is, but I'll find it. Or not. No. Maybe I used it in another project. Well, I'm not seeing it, so I'm going to have to revert to plan B, whatever that was. So, could I use that? I could. It's not long enough. It's not wide enough. I'm going to have to choose a piece of paper out of here. That's not what I wanted to do, but that's kind of nice, but probably more green on the greeny side. Ah, there it is. That's the paper I'm looking for. Oh, you made me work for that, you stupid piece of paper. Right, let's see if we can measure this accurately this time. Because what I don't want to do is waste paper. So that's that there. Measure that, and at the top. Right, let's see if I can cut this accurately. Right, I reckon that's all right. If it's not all right, I don't know what else to do. And then here, there should be a pencil line. I think that's it. It's got other little black lines on it, so I'm hoping that this is the right little black line. Let's have a look and see. Is it just a tad too tall? No, it's all right, I think. It is just the merest minuscule tall. I'm getting a bit pedantic now. But if you can't get pedantic over this, I tell you, I don't think you ever would in the world of papercraft anyway. So I'm just going to take off half a whisker. That being half a whisker. And let's hope we're okay at that. Yes, I'm happy. I'm satisfied with that. Excellent. Get on then. I'm doing it. I'm going as fast as I can. Well, we had lovely, beautiful weather in March. Absolutely gorgeous. And today it's black dark outside. It's really horrible. And we've had monumental hail shower. And I don't know, it looks like it's got really dark again now. So I don't know, it's probably going to snow. Which would be unusual for us in England. It doesn't normally snow in May, but it's got that feel about it. So let's get this onto here. As accurately as possible. There we go. That's grand. Happy with that. I would never have been happy with the other one, so there's no point even putting it down. And it will come in for remnants, so we'll be okay. Right, so that's that one done. So, in the grand scheme of things, that flops over, that flops over. Then we've got this one, the second left-hand flip. Flipping and flapping, flipping heck. So I can't use that because I've already used it there. So what I've got left in usable sizes is that, oh, that looks so nice against that, doesn't it? It's got to be that. It's just absolutely got to be that. So let's just measure where we want it. I'm learning that you have to be pretty exact here. Otherwise you could get through a heck of a lot of paper. Where's my choppy chop thing? I am getting used to this Fisker's board. I take on board what you're saying, Nancy, about the new blades. Yeah, they do blunt really, really, really quickly. But this is the second one. I put it in, I think, on Saturday or Sunday, and it's still doing very nicely. I think it didn't like the craft. I think it really blunted it. And that thick black paper that I used before, I don't think it liked it either. So I think it's quite picky. But on this card, it seems to be all right. Touch wood and all that. Right, let's see if we've done this properly. So that's going to go there. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit short, but it's fine. I can live with that. It's not massively wrong. I need to get the other two that I did, the birdwatcher and the baby girl, videoed and up on Etsy actually. Get it for sale. I've finished them all off. So anyway, Bob's been to get his hair cut this morning. So he's always absolutely exhausted when he gets back from the trimmers, because I think he must be on super high alert when he's there watching all the other dogs, making sure that he's not under attack or anything. But he always comes home, trots around like a show pony for a little while, and then retires to bed. But he always looks so cute when he comes back, because all these raggy taggy, and he does get raggy. He's a Shih Tzu. He gets extremely raggy. But it's all gone, and he's all short haired, and he looks like a puppy again. He's gorgeous. Right, so that's that. So we only have this one to do. Now I've been saving a remnant here that I think is perfect, but time will tell. This piece here, I think that is going to be just the job. I mean, it's super blingy. It's a bird and a butterfly. I think that's just exactly what's needed there. Let's hope I don't mess up this measurement, because I really don't want to waste this.
Jenny wants to know how old Bob is.
We think he's about 4 or 5. We got him as a rescue because nobody else would have him. And we're guessing, but the vets and us, we think he's about 4 or 5. So he's hopefully got many years in him yet. During the first lockdown here in the UK, and you know, the group dog groomer people were closed, and everywhere was closed. We tried to groom him ourselves. Keep that. That may well save your bacon one day. So keep a hold of that. Keep a hold of all your remnants. Yeah, we tried to groom him. And he was golden, wasn't he? He just stood there and led us. The problem was, I mean, we had proper dog grooming clippers and stuff. The problem was, however, we didn't know how to do it. So we... Oh, poor lad, he didn't look right, did he?
Well, to be fair, he never looks right.
No, but he was all clumpy, wasn't he?
He was clumpy.
So that's going to go on there. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Yeah, it's not something that I would care to repeat, to be honest. And so now we pay the 30 or 40 quid or whatever it is every 6 weeks to take him to the hairdressers and get him all primped up. And they do his tail so it's all sort of poofy and nice. It just looks so cute.
And it gives me a chance to go around the charity shops.
Yes.
Win-win.
Did you find anything today, Mr. P? Mr. F?
I did.
What did you find? Shall I show them?
You get something?
No, I've got something in this drawer that they'd like. So I'm just sticking that down on there. Miraculously, I have made it the right measurement. So the thing that I would say to you is, you know, you don't have to stick with using the same papers even that I'm using, you know, a different... see that bird shining? Oh yeah, this is some of Mr. F's haul. The Wildflower Key, British Isles. And it's just loads and loads and loads of wildflowers. And somebody has dried some flowers in between the leaves. So that's that one. And then got this one, which is silhouettes, a CD-ROM. But I quite like the idea of sort of turning them into PNG files and putting them on top of digital files. It's in my head somewhere. This Click Print and Go, my craft studio paper flower expert. I have no idea how you use it, but somewhere in amongst it, it'll tell me how. Might be good, might not be. I think he said he paid £1 for all of that lot, so that's all right. This is an interesting sort of book. It tells, if you look up the port where you are, Peterhead, for example, which is in Scotland, and then look to where you want to go. Let's say we want to go to St. David's. then it tells you how many miles it is, 113 miles. And no, I don't need to do that. I'm not a seafaring person. But I just thought it would make really, really interesting stuff to decoupage onto. It's just different from normal text or normal music paper. So I think that will be quite useful. Then Pride and Prejudice, because I asked him to get me a book that I could use for collage that I didn't need to worry about there being naughty words in. I said, get something like Jane Austen or something. So he's got this Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, obviously. But look at the colour of that paper. Look at it. I mean, it's brown. That is gorgeous and will make some beautiful collages. Too good to pass by. This one, it's just a notebook and it's got a dot matrix in it. It's just something else. It's really hard to see. Yeah, I think you can see it. Just another interesting inclusion. Then this is Thorburn's Landscape. Now, Thorburn's a very famous artist. He did a huge folio on birds of North America, was it? Yeah. And there are plates of Thorburn's paintings in here. I mean, pheasants, we see these all the time. Unfortunately, they're always being killed on the road because they are the most stupid things ever. They go to cross the road to see you coming and then they stop right in front of you. But anyway, that's by the by. The reason Mr. F bought it was because it's a landscape book, and he thought if ever I was going to do another Mr. Green, it worked out quite well in the landscape format. So he thought that might be quite good for that. Actually, I really love that plate as it is. So that was that. And the other book he got me was... Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's another one. I'm getting a world supply, which is great, and then I can cut them up with impunity.
£1.99p.
£1.99, Edith. Oh, here you go, my love. Thank you. Some little while ago, I was pretty sure I heard the kettle boiling, but let's have a look, guys. See what you.
That's for humour, does it?
No, just commenting.
So you know what it sounds like, you just don't know what the kettle looks like.
I love the pheasants too, Shaz. It's a shame that you see so many of them dead on the side of the road. You'd think, you know, when they come to the side of the road and they see their friend there flat, they might think, oh, this is a dangerous place. I'm not going to hang around here. But no. No, they don't. I'm so sorry that you don't get the Ediths in the States that we get here. It's just a shame. Cheryl got one. $4. $4. Well done. Mr. F finds the best things. He certainly does. He's a good finder. Right, anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing. So this is that, and that's pretty much all the decorative paper on. Now, I have a choice now. All of these can be places to put your photos. Of course they can. But I could put plainish paper on the backs that really would be good places to put photos. Now, would that just mean that they're hidden away? I don't know. I cannot tell you. I like that, actually. It's nice. I mean, I've got plain paper that hasn't got glitter on it. That's upside down. Which would probably make nice backing. You know what I mean? It'd be a much nicer. Or I've got cream card that I could use, and I could put a silhouette. I've got silhouettes on the brain. I could put a stencil or a stamp of a butterfly on there. I think I might do that. I think that might be the sensible thing to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So you can at this stage beetle off if you want, because that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to cut these out, and I'm going to use stencils, I think, or maybe stamps, who knows, to just take the plainness away. But these will be places where people can put their photos, should they wish. So let's cut that out. I don't know why, but I feel much more relaxed on Facebook. On YouTube, I always, I don't know, feel slightly flustered. But I feel better doing it here on Facebook. Maybe it's because there's not very many people watching. 13, is that right? 13 of you? That's not very many, is it? That's all right. And you're all my friends, so I'm okay. All right, have I chopped the mark off? The mark on this bit? Yes. Okay, so that's going to go there. Thank you, my love. That's very kind.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's going to go there. The thing is, I think I probably want to stamp it. So I'm going to, or stencil it or something. So I'm just going to put that to the side till I've got all the others cut. And then I can stamp them all together or whatever I'm going to do to them. And it'll be quicker than doing them one by one. What's that sound? Is it your phone?
3 people.
Probably telling you I'm live. Or something similar. Let's just check that fits before I move on to the next one. Yeah. So the next one is this piece here. This card that I'm using here is 160 GSM. Just have to move that out of the way a sec. So it's not quite as thick as the decorative paper. Hello, Violet. Welcome along to the right page. At least you haven't missed anything. I was talking about you, actually. I was talking about that absolutely stunning journal that you've made. I love that white daisy paper from the journal boat. In fact, Vicky does some fantastic things. I haven't seen one that she's brought out that I didn't like. They're just sensational. Might be a good idea to make one of these with it, actually. I like the blue and white one, possibly the best. Blue and white, blue and yellow. That I used in Mr. Green. And I think Roz made a folio with it, I seem to remember. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I've lost my thing. Oh no, here it is. So, yeah. We're motoring along good. So it's just this one now that I need a backing for, and then that's it. So I've got that, and then we'll decide what we're going to do on them. The thing is, you can't decorate them to the hilt, because you have to remember that it's really supposed to be a photo album, not just an exercise in cutting up pretty paper, which it also is. Right, let's just check this is the right size, and then we'll go on to doing something with them. Do you fit? Of course you do. Right, so then I've got a stencil here that's got some butterflies on. A bit like the Cobbler's Children here. Mr. F makes stencils, and I've got this ratty one here, but it is butterflies and it is really, really pretty. And or I've got on my stamping mat thing, whatever you call it, press. I don't know what you call it. I can't remember. Stamping board. I've already got 3 butterflies on there, so I could use them. Not all together.
Cheryl said she brought the blue and yellow kit from the German boat.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful kit. So if I was to put stamps on here, sort of want them down here-ish. No, I tell you, I'm going to do stencils. I like the idea of stencils better. I'll just put that away and get my cosmic. Oh, don't do that. They're all stuck. I think that's a stamp that I've got stuck there. But I can work my way around it, I think. Yeah, I've got gold and I've also got teal. I've had to move everything because the drawer's stuck, but never mind, I'll sort that after. Yeah, I've got blue and I've got teal and gold. Look at those. They were meant to be together, weren't they? Right, so let's get the stencil out. Here it is. And I could just put those little 4 in down the bottom there, couldn't I? But I'm going to need to mask that off with something because I'll go into the next realm. So I'll just hold that there, I think. Oh, I don't know where my sponges are. Oh, here's one. Oh, I've washed them and put them away. My goodness, what's wrong with me?
Violet says it's pelted down with gallstones where she is.
I'll steer clear of those gallstones, Violet. They can be very painful. Actually, hailstones can be painful if you're standing out in them.
That's coming down quite well.
Yeah, it's pelting down here as well, Violet, but then again, we don't live that far away. So this stuff that I'm about to use is liquid, well, jelly beautifulness. It's called Cosmic Shimmer Metallic Gilding Polish. And it looks like this when you get it. Looks like that. And the little applicator is inside the lid and it's spongy and you have to wash it every time because it's acrylic based. And when you open it up, look at that. Look at that pot of gorgeousness. Now I know that you can get gels and pastes and all sorts of stuff. All sorts of companies make them. This is what I use. It's never let me down. I absolutely adore it. So what you do is you put your applicator in, wiggle it around so you get some product on the sponge. You don't need masses. And then just run it along the edge like that. That might be enough or it might not actually. So just clean it on the edge like so. And then you've got a nice covering. So I'm just going to go in, swirl it around. And there we are. I hope you can see that. It's very, very glistening. So that's going to go there. Shall I do them all in gold? No, why would you do that? You want to do some in teal.
Cheryl says she missed the brand there.
It's called Cosmic Shimmer Metallic Gilding Polish. And it comes in loads of colours. Loads and loads. And I absolutely adore them all. Look at that. I was going to say you could just eat it, but don't. Don't eat it, quite obviously. Don't eat it. So you just load your applicator up, clean it on the edge of the rim of the thing. Then I'm just going to work out where I want this. I want that down there like that. I'm just going to just use a bit of paper there so I don't go onto my
Bye, Bernice.
card. Oh, bye, Bernice. Thanks for joining us. I'm left-handed, so this isn't the easiest holding that card. So there we are. That's that. It's just fabulous stuff. It's hard to go wrong with it. And it's butterflies, so it fits in our Mariposa mini album. So this one goes there. So right. So I think I'll put teal on this as well. Just keep it moving around. So I need a bit on the top. Yeah, that's all right. It'll be all right like that, I think. I think I've probably got enough teal left on there. So I'm sort of holding my stencil down, trying to avoid that little butterfly there, which I have only just noticed. I'm just going to mask that out with a bit of scrap paper. There we go. So that's that one. Yeah, I'm glad we decided to do this. I think they don't take up a lot of space. You could easily put a photograph over them, journal around them. You know, I'm just checking I've got the right orientation. That's all I'm doing. Before I've got sideways flying butterflies. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put my mask there. I'm going to use the gold, see if I've got enough gold left on it. No. So once again, you just get the product on the sponge and wipe the majority of it off on the side of the pot. I think that was where I had it. Something like that. And then just hold your stencil down. Use tape if you've got low-tack tape. I haven't got any. I've used all mine. But if you've got low-tack tape, it's the perfect thing. Tape your stencil down. And then it saves you having to hold it so taut all the time. So I'm going to put the lids back on those. If you go and look them up with a view to buying them, all I would say to you is, I have never been disappointed. Not once when I have used these have I been disappointed. They are, the finish that you get is stunning. It's really, really lovely.
You need to wash them up.
Oh, if you would, that would be excellent. Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah, that is the other thing though. Do wash them up while they're still damp. If you're going to use it later in the day, just put it back in the top, and it will stay. You know, it'll stay fresh for a good couple of hours. But if you've finished with them for the day, take the time and wash them up. Right, I'm going to put that away before it gets onto something that it shouldn't. So let's see if any of these are dry, and then we can get them stuck in. And I don't think they're that awfully expensive, those gilding polishers. I've got a couple of other colours. I've got silver, and I've got this gorgeous blue. Look at that. Mediterranean blue gilding polish. It's just gorgeous. And the silver. And that's the entire lot of colours that I've got. I might treat myself one day, who knows. Right, so let's get this stuck down. Is that dry? Yeah, that's dry. Yeah. So let's get this stuck down, and then we will at least have done a whole entire page today, which is really good going, I think. This may be an infrequent video series, maybe frequent, I don't know. It depends if you like it or not. I don't want to keep labouring things that you don't like. So let me know, please say, no, stop it, I'm fed up. So that fits nicely onto there with a little black margin all the way around. So I'm just pushing the ink inwards. Ink, yeah, ink, no, glue. So that's that there. Oh, perfect, thank you. That really is what they look like when they're clean. You can't get all the dye, pigmentation, whatever it is, out of them. And I think oh no, that's the hair. Phew, I thought I dripped some water on it there. Nearly had a fit. Right, that's that one. Let's do this one then. Long, tall one. Take the tape off the back of the magnet. Put a little drop of glue onto the magnet itself. Yuppie. I can't read the comments. What are they saying? Have they all gone?
Linda says she loves everything you do.
Thank you, Linda. Oh.
She says she's been buying lots of treats recently.
Ooh.
Stamps, dyes, papers, shimmer paint, new distress colour.
Ooh. It's exciting, isn't it, when you get new stuff? Now, I've just caught the front of that paper on the glue on the magnet there, so I just want to get that up. And because it's collal, it does come up really well. If that was a different sort of glue, we'd have been cutting a new bit of paper by now. So that's that piece. Right, so we're over onto this piece here, which is here.
She says she's coming up our way soon to get some sheep.
Oh, really? Yeah, we've got some.
We'll keep an eye out for rustlers.
Yeah, rustlers from Devon. My sister has had her summer holiday this year booked for about 3 years now, because the place that they go to, you have to book 2 years in advance. So it was booked 2 years in advance, and then COVID struck last year, so they couldn't go. So the lady said, okay, we'll just roll it on to next year. So that would have been this year, and they'd be going in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. And the lady rang up and said, what with COVID and everything, she really didn't feel comfortable renting the cottage out that they were going to stay in. So it's rolled over to next year. So I feel really sorry for her, because they were really looking forward to it. They were looking forward to it last year, and of course that didn't happen. So that'll be the year after now. So I'm glad we went with that option instead of using design paper. I think it's a sensible option. Who, me? Sensible? Yes. Let's just push that down. There we go. So have you enjoyed the live on Facebook? Has it felt different to you from a live on YouTube, or the same, or I don't know. What do you think? Let me know, because unless you let me know what you think, I don't know. a bit of glue on that magnet. Ooh, that was rather a lot. There we go. Make sure that the edge next to the magnet is well stuck down, because they're notoriously little blighters for not wanting to stick. This is only 160 paper, so it bends easily over the magnet. But if you're putting thicker card in, it can be a real chore to get it to stick. Okay, there we go then. I think we have completed that page. You can, of course, add things to it. I die cut some butterflies out of the gold paper that I showed you right at the beginning. And these are dimensional butterflies, and it's a really nice die. It's a We Are Memory Keepers die. It just comes on its own, just this, but it's really nice. So I don't know where that goes to, but you could perhaps add that there if you wanted to. You don't want to sort of clutter up the middle, because try and keep in mind that this is a blinking photo album. I mean, it's so nice just to use all the bits of paper that are pretty and just make a pretty thing. And that's, I mean, if that's what you want, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But we sort of are trying to pretend that it is a photo album. So you can't, you know, somebody's going to stick a photo there. So yeah, I mean, you could easily put that butterfly there, even sort of coming off the page a little bit. Put that down. That would look really nice. I'm trying to wait for the glue to dry before I stick everything together. But I think that would look nice. It would just lift the page a little bit. I don't know if I want to stick these down yet. I'm just going to leave them like this, I think.
Wipe for your fingers before you...
It's all dry now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've just got visions of it being everywhere.
So, where are we? Right. This is the back page, the actual page that will go in the book. This is the first left hand flap, which goes over there like that. This is the right hand flap, goes over there like that. Then we've got two further left hand flaps. That one and that one. And they're all magneted up. They all, you know, safe as houses. They're not falling off or anything. And that, ladies and gents, is just about all I can do for you today. There we go. So let's have a quick scan, see what it's saying. Debbie says she's enjoyed it a lot, and I'm really pleased, Debbie. That's nice. Shaz, you've just slid off the top. Prefer Facebook, to be honest. Okay. Facebook feels like we're more in touch with you. I think that, Shaz. Maybe it's just I'm more relaxed. You know, it's on my page. I don't know, really. First time watching with Facebook, picture quality seems better. I think you might be the second person that said that, Vicky. That's very interesting. Keong, it's gorgeous. Oh, so are you, Keong. Roz looks brilliant. Thanks, Roz. A great day. Oh, well, thank you, Linda. So there we are. We'll move on to the kind of back of this page. Next time when I see you, I don't know when that'll be. I don't know if you like it or not or whatever. I've enjoyed it. It's been great. I love doing this sort of thing. It's so sort of exact. I need to empty my bin out. So I'll see you really, really soon. I'll be doing some more of the Edith videos to go up tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. I will be with you on Saturday, when I'll probably, Saturday and Sunday, try and finish the nature journal off, because it's getting quite close now. And it's time it was put to bed, really. And then we can start a new weekend project, whatever that might be. But you know, as always, I'm always around Facebook, so see what you're doing, keep up to date with you. So thanks very, very much for joining me today. It's been different, and I've really enjoyed it. Felt much more like I was with you all. So thank you very much. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye. If you get time, do the poll that I've created.
Oh, if you get time, do Mr. F's poll. That would be really helpful. I don't know what it says.
Facebook and one for either at present.
All right. Well, if you can answer that, that would be extremely helpful to us. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.